On behalf of the Iowa Food and Family Project, I am Heidi Boyd, and I have 3 of my kids here with you today, Maisie, Jason, and Molly, and we are going to show you how to make grilled steak kebabs. The first thing we need to do is what, Molly?
Soak the wooden skewers in water for about 10 minutes so when you make them, they don't burn on the grill.
Yes, we do not want to have a fire. So soak your skewers in a little bit of water for about 10 minutes or so before you get started threading the food on. Maisie, what's another tip?
You should freeze your meat for 30 minutes so it's easier to cut.
You should. So I'm using sirloin steak today, and what I've done is I've put my marinated sirloin steak into my freezer, and it was thawed. I put it into my freezer for about 10 to 20 minutes before I started slicing it so that I could cut through it that much easier and it wasn't so wobbly, I guess. So freeze your meat just a little bit before you want to slice it. One other thing to keep in mind is when you do cut your meat and your vegetables, you should try to keep your sizes uniform. And what does uniform mean, Molly? Maisie? Maisie, what does uniform mean?
Uniform means that they're all similar sizes.
Like similar sizes, yeah. And by doing that, it allows your food to be cooked
Properly? Correctly.
correctly.
Like all perfect same time.
About done at the same time. So we are cutting our steak into about 1 1/4 inch cubes. And so try to keep all of your pieces in about 1 1/4 inch cubes. Now, I did marinate this meat in our family's favorite marinade, which is just a store-bought steakhouse recipe marinade. So whatever your family likes best is what I recommend using. I went ahead and I also chopped up onions and bell pepper, and we did drizzle just a little bit of Italian salad dressing over those so that there's going to be some flavor on those as well. It's not barbecue, it's marinade.
Oh.
But you can use barbecue, whatever your family likes, because this is your kebab night.
No, finger.
So what's cool about making kebabs is that each of the different people in your family can make their own based on what they like. So let's say Maisie likes meat and onions, and Jason likes the steak with tomatoes and mushrooms, and Molly just likes
I like steak and a mushroom.
steaks and mushrooms. Everybody can make their own. So it's not just one specific recipe. Everybody can customize it to their own liking. So guys, why don't we go ahead and start preparing some skewers. So you're gonna go ahead and thread with the pointy end, guys. Remember, the pointy end, don't stab yourselves or each other.
Sorry, Jason.
We're gonna put on our
stabbed
meat
you.
and then whichever vegetables you and your family like best. So we're using the whole button mushrooms,
Like we like are these
whole
kind-
cherry tomatoes, or maybe
This
these
one
are
looks
great.
like a tent.
Juicy.
It does look like a tent. One thing to keep in mind
Only one does.
is to not crowd your skewers. And what that means is leave just a little space in between each item. That,
I have an idea.
what's your idea,
You
Maisie?
can put your fingers in between.
Oh, that's a great tip. You could just put a finger in between each item.
Well,
And you're gonna thread them on. If you leave a little space, it's gonna let all of your ingredients cook all the way around, not just the edges. So you get a better grilled flavor and texture. You guys are doing really good.
I know because
Oh,
we're
I forgot to add meat.
I added. No, you didn't.
I
You have
only
a meat.
have 1 meat.
Well, I have like I did.
2 minutes.
Oh yeah, that looks good.
It doesn't really.
It's looking really nice.
Should I put this on?
I would put it on.
I'm gonna find it.
Oh, there's only 3.
There's only 3 more skewers. We
Can
can
I put
always make
something-
more skewers.
Can I? Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Make more.
Load it up.
How do you make more?
Soak more skewers.
Well, we don't have any more skewers.
Oh, I sure
You said
do.
make more skewers.
Okay, well, I'm not in the skewer business. You guys are being crazy. So what I do as we prepare these is put them on a baking sheet so that once they're all finished, we can transfer them out to the grill. So at this point, I would say go ahead and start preheating your grill to about medium heat
Sorry, Jason.
so that it can be preheated when we're ready to cook. A great thing about kebabs is that we are able to stretch our steak. With a big family and a lot of kids who love a steak, we have to stretch this a little bit. So by including vegetables and spacing it out a little bit, you're able to stretch your beef dollar a little more.
Okay.
So we're gonna finish threading these, and then once our grill is preheated, we are gonna throw these out there on the rack and let them grill for about 10 to 12 minutes. We're gonna remember to turn one time in between, right guys?
Yes.
Are you gonna be my grill masters today?
Oh,
It's gonna smell amazing.
this is another tent looking thing.
Another tent looking one.
Oh, this one in the meat.
Seriously.
That's okay, it's all gonna cook.
Oh, the smell in the meat.
Okay, so we're gonna go turn on our grill. We're gonna get these finished up. We're gonna grill them for 10 to 12 minutes, turning once, and then we'll be right back.
Yep.
That's the video right back.
Those is
Okay guys, it's off the grill. We've been smelling this for the last 10 to 12 minutes, and oh my gosh, the dog is going crazy out there. Steak kebabs are done. Go ahead, are you guys ready to dig in?
Yes.
Try some of this out. Let's get some plates out. We'll call in the troops for dinner. Hey, thanks for joining us today. For more inspiration for recipes, follow along at iowafoodandfamily.com. Thanks for hanging out with us today. Bye.
Bye.